The spring knitting bug is officially starting to bite. So I had a few extra moments this week. I pulled out all of my warm weather yarn and I thought I'm gonna come up with a plan for this yarn. Basically, I assessed what I had and then I got on Ravelry and I looked in my favorites. I looked in my purchases that I've already made and I looked on the what's hot right now. I just did a little search because I wanted to come up with the patterns that I could knit that would using the yarn, or at least mostly using the yarn that I already have, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. This is a Lovely Yarn podcast. My name is Amber. Welcome to this space where I talk about knitting and the fiber arts. I love knitting so much, and it is an absolute joy to come here weekly and share whatever it is I'm thinking about regarding my knitting or patterns that are being released. I love talking about it. I love sharing with you, and I am hoping my videos provide inspiration to other knitters out there. Today I have 9 patterns that I personally plan. No, I need to clarify. I have 9 patterns. I have narrowed it down to 9 patterns. I'm obviously not going to be able to knit all 9 patterns this spring and summer. So I have a couple of patterns that I'm fairly certain I'm going to knit regardless. But then I have several that I wanted to share with you all and kind of get your input. These are going to be all garments, except I do have one accessory that I will be talking about, but the rest will be summer tops and tees and like sleeveless tanks. Okay, so I should just mention I have on my Yumi tank. This is a pattern by Isabel Kramer. I have knit, I think, 2 of these, and I knit them the same year. I don't know if that was last year or the year before. This one is knit in Barocco Remix Light, and I actually have the leftovers here. And I think this color is called Strawberry, maybe. Whoop, there we go. The Remix Light is a recycled yarn. It's made of completely of recycled fibers. So it's got cotton, acrylic, silk, linen, and nylon in it. But this is a really nice tee pattern, and it has, I don't know if you can see this lace motif here on the yoke, but that is what I'm wearing today, and I will link that and all the other patterns down below. I actually have a whole Ravelry bundle for my spring 2026 knitting plans that I will share. Also, you may notice my hair is a tad bit shorter. Actually, it's like 4 inches shorter. I had my daughter cut my hair earlier this week because I am in the process of growing out my gray. And despite all of the toning that she has done, and she actually even put permanent dye over the dyed portion of my hair last time, it just consistently turns red after 2 weeks, and it's driving me a little crazy. So I had told her, let's just start chopping. And so we chopped off quite a bit, and as you can maybe see, I still have quite a bit left to go, but we're getting there. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. The first pattern is actually a brand new pattern that was just released last month, March 2026, by Tori Yu, and it is called the Prospect Tee. I forget who I saw. Someone on, I think it might have been Rachel and Renee at Table 10 podcast. Maybe it was them that they posted photos when the pattern came out because they had test knitted it, and I was like, okay, I gotta knit that. I really like the look of that tee, of that knit tee. So I got on and I purchased the pattern right away, and I knew I wanted to use Purl Soho linen quill yarn. Now, linen quill does have linen in it, but it is mostly wool. So that can be a little bit confusing to people, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't wear my knitted tees in the depths of summer. I get too hot. So even something like this shirt that has, how much wool does this have? Does this have any? No, it has absolutely no wool in it. It still feels a little too warm. So most of my spring tops, or most of the tops that I knit, get worn in the spring, in the fall, during those transitional phases, and then if there is a cooler day in the summer. It all depends on the year. Sometimes we have really hot summers here. Other times they're more temperate. But so the linen quill, despite the fact that it is called linen quill, it actually has only 15% linen in it, 35% alpaca, and 50% Highland wool. So just keep that in mind if you're going to work with this yarn. It's a very nice yarn. However, it is mostly animal fibers. I love linen quill. They have so many color options for this particular yarn too. And so I got on and I've picked a bright color. Let me grab it. You all know that I'm trying to dress and make projects that are more within my color palette, which is I'm a summer palette. I have cool undertones. That's why I think the red hair drives me crazy. But I historically would wear warm tones because they appealed to my eye more. But anytime I would wear blues or lavenders, like certain cooler tone shades, people would compliment me. And then I just downloaded some free apps and I did my color palette and found out I was a summer, specifically a soft summer, although that may change as my hair grows out. I don't know. But I thought I'm going to pick a yarn color that is within my color palette. And so this is what I got. It's quite bright for me. This is not something that I would have worn or worked with probably even a year ago. So this color is called Rhubarb Pink. It is a very fun color, and as you can see, because of the different fiber content and the alpaca, there is a little bit of a halo with this yarn, and it is a bit heathered. I really like that, so it gives it depth. So this is what I'm going to be making my Prospect tee in. I feel like it might actually be close. It's close in color to her sample tee. That did not really influence me, at least not consciously. Maybe subconsciously it did. But when I got on and I looked through the many, many colors of the linen quill, I really liked this. And I also really liked, let me see if I still have it pulled up. I do. I also really liked, and I'm kind of wishing I would have gotten the Magnolia Blossom. I'll put a picture of it up here. I may have to order this for another project because it is really pretty, and I feel like that also would be in my palette. But this is what I'm going to be making the Prospect tee out of. So it is a fingering weight pattern, and this is a fingering weight yarn. It has a really cool looking shoulder. So it's a drop shoulder cap sleeved tee. And I'll put pictures in so you can see what I'm talking about on the shoulder. But this is definitely going to happen. I'm actually going to put this on my ball winder and umbrella swift and cake this up today so that I can cast on for this project. Okay, then I pulled all of my drops saffron off of my shelf, and I have 3 different colors of this. I have this off-white color, this is color 18. Then I have sea green, which is color 63, and I'm pretty sure color 59 is called red clay. I've used these 2 colors in 2 different projects already. But I was like, this would look really good as a color palette together in something stripy. So I thought about that. I wanted to get like a multicolored project for this particular yarn. So I got on to Ravelry and I found multiple projects, and this is one area where I need a little bit of help with. Now, let's start with the tees. I have 2 tees and then I have a sleeveless tank. So let's start with the tees. I have it down to 2. The first one is an Ann Wenzel pattern. It is called Robinia, and I really love the color work on this. It is color work, which is a little bit of a concern because it means it's going to be a thicker fabric. So, but again, I don't really wear I don't even really wear my hand knit tees or tanks whenever it's super, super hot. So saffron is considered a fingering weight, but I think you could also make it like get a sport weight gauge as well. And this Robinia tee by Ann Wenzel is written for a fingering weight yarn. Now, I did see somebody actually used this saffron for this pattern. There might have been multiple people. In fact, I'm going to show you one of the projects that I was like, oh my gosh, I need that in the exact color, but I don't have the exact colors. We're going to talk about that too. But first, let me tell you a little bit about this pattern. So because it's fingering weight, it is knit on size US 2.5 needles, which is, what is that, a 3mm needle? So it's That makes me a tad bit nervous. I'm not a big fan of fingering weight sweaters. However, these are all tees and tanks, so I'm hoping maybe that would be more tolerable because it's not as much. One complaint I have about Ann Bensel and also Suzanne Mueller, who I have a pattern of hers on here as well, is their sizing is very limited in their patterns. So that is one complaint that I have about their patterns. Ann's sample is in black and white. I don't care for that. I don't know. I just don't like the look of it in that. What I do love the look of, though, is this beautiful one that was done by user, so the Ravelry name is JFC145. I hate to even include this on here, but I'm going to credit her down below the photo because this is gorgeous and I love these colors. So she used white, color 17, I think it was, yes, which is pure white, and then color 31, which is lime. And I have off-white, and I do not have lime, but I was thinking maybe the sea green would go good for this sweater. So these two colors together. However, I was also very, very tempted just to order a skein or two of the lime. She knit the size, the second size, and she knit it with 5 skeins of the white and 1 skein of the lime. So I would probably order 2 skeins of lime just to be sure. If I have an extra skein, I'd rather that than not have enough and have to place another order. But I don't really want to buy a bunch of yarn, and sometimes I feel like I need to purchase multiple things to make the shipping worth it. So I didn't really want to have to purchase more yarns, but this was my option. I mean, I could also do these colors together, but this red clay is a little bit more warm toned, so I didn't want to use that in this pattern. So I have these two that I could use. So what do you guys think? Help me through this, because I'm like, if I knit this, am I going to be happy? Because that lime color with the white, and this is off-white too. That's another thing. Would the lime look good with an off-white? I'm struggling because I love the lime and the white, but I'm definitely not well, I don't think I should order. Maybe I should. It's really cheap. This yarn is really inexpensive. It's like $1 something for a 50-gram skein. They're 50 grams. You get 175 yards, 160 meters, and 50 grams. So honestly, maybe that would be more worth it. I could save this yarn for the future or even the next project I'm about to show you. So, okay, that's the first tee, and that was what I was thinking on that. So give me your honest opinion down below, even regarding the colors. Should I just buy the white and the lime, or should I just do the lime with this off-white? I just don't want this to be too warm for the bright lime. Do you know what I'm saying? All right, so that was the first option for this drop saffron. Then the next one, the next pattern I found is called the Maritime tee, and I think someone in the project pages also used the drop saffron for this particular project. And this is a pattern by Coco Amore. It comes in lots of sizes, so that's wonderful. And it's knit on size US 4 needles, which is a 3.5 millimeter. So I feel like it would go a lot faster. It's just classic stripes, and it's got like a relaxed, cozy classic fit. You're just knitting back and forth on the front and back, and then you do some shoulder, or you're doing some shaping, and then you like go in the round. It's really like the silhouette of this tee. It's very classic. I feel like I would wear this a lot, where the other one, I don't know, how many years would I wear that for? It's so cute and fun, and I want some cute and fun pieces in my wardrobe. I tend to go more towards like classic, I'm not gonna go out of style. And I would do this. I would stripe this. I would probably prefer, like the sample is done with either a navy or a black with the off-white color, and I do kind of like the look of that classic stripe. So, but again, I was just, what can I do with what I have? I was in that kind of mentality when I was planning these spring knits. But then again, I also know that if I knit something and I don't totally love it, I'm not going to wear it, which I'm going to show you an example of that here soon. Okay, the third option for this yarn, and potentially this pattern can happen along with one of the other patterns, because this is a tank and it does not use a lot of the yarn. It is called the Sailor Swift top, and it's by Veronica Lindberg. It also uses a fingering weight yarn, and I thought this would be a fun shirt to pull in all 3 colors and make a stripy version with all 3. I need some more nice tanks. I don't have very many tanks that I wear, and I like this. The only concern is it does have a razor back, but it doesn't look like not a razor back, a racer back, but it does not look like super racer back, like some athletic shirts, or like you would definitely, your bra straps would be exposed. I need my bra straps covered. I do not like my bra straps. This is a personal thing. I don't like my bra straps exposed. It bothers me. So camis that have really thin straps, I don't like those. My bra strap sticks out, and I don't wear strapless bras because I think they're incredibly uncomfortable, and I've never found one that is comfortable. And so I definitely like to keep my bra straps covered. So I think this would definitely cover them in the front, but the back. But when I was looking through the project pages, I didn't notice that the bra straps of anyone were sticking out. So I think this will be okay. And like I said, it's not a super like exaggerated racer back, so I think we're good. But I thought that this might be a really nice pattern to use these 3 together, and I'm going to show you as I was flipping through the project pages looking at what everybody else did with this pattern. I noticed that someone used the drops saffron in almost the same color scheme as this. The green was different. So this one that I'm putting up on the screen is by a Ravelry user, Marin Cow, and she used the off-white, she used the red clay, and then she used the green color that's called green tea, so it looks like it's maybe a bit darker and more warm toned, but I have the sea green. And I really like how she striped down through. She alternated these 2 colors with using this as the main color. So maybe what I need to do is, because I really could use a tank, maybe I should start with the tank, knit that, and then see how much of the drop saffrons in the off-white I have, and then make my decision about the other 2 shirts. I have 5 skeins of the off-white, and then I have 2 of the red clay and 2 of the sea green. So maybe that's what I'll do. That sounds like actually a really good idea. Cast on and finish the tank and then decide. But I still want to know your input about the other things. So make sure to leave me a note in the comment about that. Now the next pattern I want to talk about is one that I've actually already knitted, and I liked it. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Okay, this is the Thea top, and I think I knit this 2 summers ago, maybe 3 now. I lose track. It is a pattern by Suzanne Mueller, and this is the other designer that kind of like her sizing is very limited compared to most designers. So I did write down this particular pattern, the size range is 34 inches up to 50 inches. So I don't feel like it's a really big range, especially on like the larger circumference end. But I knit mine in, what did I knit this in? Oh, Barocco Remix. And this is like a charcoal color. I don't know, I might have worn this once. And it's not because of the pattern. It's because I don't like the yarn. I don't like the color of the yarn. Whenever I wear this, I feel blah. So I don't really wear this. I want to knit this in more vibrant, no, vibrant's not the word. Just, I want to knit it in different colors because it's got a really nice silhouette. Like, it's got the wide straps that I like. It's knit top down. The pattern calls for worsted weight yarn, but this remix is DK. So I don't think, I mean, you just do a gauge swatch and then you can pick your size from there. I probably knit the medium, I would say, but I didn't keep track of that, so I can't tell you for certain. Shame on me. So here are my plans with this as far as yarn goes. I have this Tin Lena that I bought in the color Kitten. Now I wanted to get this in the just the Lena, which is the DK weight, because the tin Lena is fingering weight. I did not want the fingering weight. However, I'm sorry, we got the sun. The sun keeps coming in and out, and I feel like it's blowing out and then it's getting dark. So sorry about that. I really wanted to knit something in this kitten colorway, and as you can see, I didn't. Oh, I know why. Because I bought this, I was going to knit the Farnham tee, which is a pattern by the Knit Pearl Girl. And I think I may have even started it, and then I realized, because this is the regular Lena, which is the DK weight. This was the tin Lena. I was going to hold this double with this and use this as my stripes. And I realized that even holding this double does not give me the same gauge as this single. The tin Lena is definitely a thin fingering weight, and it was not going to work. It was going to bother me because these stripes were going to be a larger gauge than holding this double for the body. So what I'm thinking about doing is knitting up a gauge swatch with this to make the Thea top, and then adjust my sizing and stuff based upon that. Now my other option for that is to recycle some yarn that I knitted a Morning Mist top. Oh my gosh, I knitted this so long ago. Let me see, this was back when I kind of kept track of things on Ravelry. So when did I knit this? Did I put in any? Oh, it was a long time ago. I look much younger. There's not a date though. I didn't date it with anything, but this is a pattern by Annie Roden, and it is called Morning Mist, and it's really kind of plain in the front, but in the back it's got this beautiful lace panel, and that's beautiful, but this is way too big. It's really long, first of all. Can you see how long that is? And it's also very heavy. I used Barocco Flora. I did not write the color. I don't even know if this yarn is still produced, but this is like a mauvey, purpley, lavendery color. And that is the part that I am probably going to rip out and reuse, because this gray color, I've realized I am not a gray person. Everything that I've knit that is gray, I'm not drawn to it. I don't like grays. Grays are not, even though I'm cool toned, I don't like how I feel in gray. So I think I need to find a good brown and stick with that when I need a neutral, like sweater or whatever. But I'm going to I thought about ripping this out and using this for the Thea top. I think I would really like it because I do like this color a lot. It's a little bit richer in real life than it's showing on the camera, and I think that's just because of the lighting today. So that might be a better option than holding this double, or I could just have both, because I feel like this would be a really practical thing to have. As with this, I feel like I could use this color as a neutral in my wardrobe. So again, what do you guys think about that? Okay, and then I bought this, oh my gosh, this is how we are as knitters, right? We buy yarn, and then we have really good intentions. I mean, I know not everyone is like this, but this is how I am. And I feel like I talk to enough knitters that I feel like this is probably the majority of people. We buy yarn. We may even have like a set intention for it, but then we change our mind. New patterns are always being released. We feel inspired to knit something different. I don't know, we have yarn that we buy and then we don't use right away. And that was what happened with this BC Garn BioBalance that I bought, I think last year, but maybe it was 2 years ago as well. And I don't even remember what I bought this for, but I think it was something color work or striped, because I bought 2 different colors of blue. Oh, this is such a good blue. I'm actually really excited about using this. This is color 25, so I bought 5 skeins of this, and this is a fingering weight yarn, the BioBalance. And then I also bought a darker blue, and it's color number 27. And so I think I was gonna do color work. I think I was gonna make a color work project. I don't know, some of you who have been around for a while may even remember better than me, because I'm pretty sure I talked about it on here. I have 2 skeins of this, but I'm kind of like not in the mood to knit with these 2 colors together. I don't want to do that. So here's my plan. I have some plans for this blue yarn. I actually have 2 different patterns that I'm thinking about. First one is the Rosa cardigan. This is a pattern by Along avec Anna. I've had this, I purchased this a while ago. I love the look of this particular cardigan. It has the raglan lace increases that look very much like the Felix pullover and Felix cardigan raglan lace increases that, and you know, I love the Felix, and I've knitted that project so many times. However, it is a I just feel like the Rosa cardigan, it just looks a bit more refined, and it's probably because it's a fingering weight pattern. So I would assume that would be why. Another thing I really like about the Rosa cardigan is that it is a V-neck. I love V-necks. I really do like V-necks. I don't, when I wear my cardigan, my Felix cardigan, I do not button it up the whole way. I don't like that. I actually really prefer V-neck cardigans. So I thought this would be a really good pattern to have in this blue color, because this blue would go with a lot of things that I have. I thought it would be a good pattern. It would be a nice light airy pattern. It's knit on size, hold on, let me see. Yeah, size, so the main part of the body is knit on size US 6, which is a 4mm. Now this is a DK weight pattern. I forgot to mention that. However, when I was looking through the projects, there were like 5 or 6 people who had knit it in the bio balance, and none of them said they held it double. So I'm gonna have to do some gauge swatching. I think I'm pretty much gonna have to gauge swatch with all these projects. I think I just need to have a day that I just cast all these swatches on and knit them and then decide what I want to do. That would probably be the smartest thing. It would take more time, but I feel like it would help me to make a more discerning decision on what I really want to knit, or what I really should use the yarn to knit. So yeah, I just think that this would be a good cardigan to have in this color, and this is such a beautiful color. I love this color so much. Very tranquil looking. But I have 5 skeins of it, and that'll definitely be more than enough, because this is, yeah, it'll definitely be more than enough for that cardigan. And I wouldn't make that cardigan very long. I would make it not really cropped, but slightly cropped. There was also a pattern by Audrey Borrego, which is a free pattern. All of her patterns are free now. She used to design and sell them, but I think she's kind of disappeared from the knitting world, and so she made all of her patterns free. I'm assuming so that she didn't have to offer pattern support. So you should definitely go check her out, because she has a lot of really beautiful patterns that are completely free. But it is called the Sofarine, and it is a tank, but you also have the option of making this with short sleeves. And I was looking at, I like both versions, but I think I was looking more at the short sleeve. I like the silhouette of it, and I will put pictures up here so you can see what I'm talking about. I like the V-neck. Again, love V-necks. I also really like the tank because it has really wide shoulder straps, so that would be great. Another interesting thing that I noticed about this particular pattern is that she includes instructions for various options for texture, for stripes, or how to mix both texture and stripes into this. So I thought that was really nice that you could have some options for that. And then she also provides this in a wide range of sizes. She used Pearl Soho Santalina. I've never used that particular yarn. I'm actually I should try it. I should buy some and try that, because I'm actually really curious. If any of you have used that, what do you think about it? Yeah, so that is another option for this blue. I don't know what I would use more, a t-shirt or a cardigan. I almost feel like a cardigan. I feel like I would almost use a cardigan more. I don't know. Okay, and then this was kind of a bonus that I literally added on at the last minute this morning. I can't even remember the name of it, so I'm going to have to pull up my Ravelry bundle. Okay, the Tallulah Texture Cardigan by Mippy the Label, and this was a gift pattern that was sent to me by a viewer a while ago because I had been talking about the Salty Days sweater by Veronica Lindbergh, but then I was like, I don't know if I would wear that as a pullover. So she sent me this pattern as a gift and said, this is Cardigan and it looks very much like that same kind of style. So maybe this would be better for you. And I agree because this is so pretty and it does really look very much like the same texture motif as the Salty Days sweater. It has a V-neck, which I love. And yeah, it's DK weight yarn. So I don't know. I haven't picked out yarn for this one yet because this was literally, I was walking my dog Tilly this morning and I thought, oh, that would make a really good spring cardigan because there's so much lace work on it that it's so open gauged and I feel like it would be nice and cool. Do you hear that background noise? That was Tilly coming out from under the bed. She just woke up. So I don't have a yarn picked out for this particular sweater yet, but I am thinking about also casting this on because I do have it. It's gorgeous. DK weight yarn. I could order more yarn. I'm trying to use what I have, but I definitely do want to knit this eventually because it's so pretty. So very pretty. Okay, and then the last thing that I want to talk about is the accessory. And it is the Summer Camp Kerchief by Ashley Adams. I've actually knit 2 of these already, and I want to knit another one because my original 2 were knit. Here, I'll show you this one. So I think this is the Barocco. No, I don't know what this is. This is 100% organic cotton, actually, and I can't remember what it is. I didn't wear this one as much. It's like a foamy green color, which I don't think the camera's really picking up. I didn't wear this one very much last year. Maybe I'll pull it out. I think it just got kind of shoved to the back of my accessories drawer and I didn't really pay attention to it. I did wear this one though. Tilly. This one was made with Knitting for Olive Pure Silk. And it's nice and airy and light. I mean, it's really, really perfect. This one is much heavier. It is 100% cotton. Excuse me while I let my dog out because she's just going to be scratching. She hears Brad out in the kitchen getting lunch. Okay, so I was going to, since I have this, this is the BC Garn BioBalance, the darker blue color. There we go. I thought, it's fingering weight. This might be a really good idea to give me a nice light, like I like the drape of this one more than, like I like the fabric I got with this one more than this one for summer. What is the pattern? Does the pattern, oh, the pattern does call for fingering weight yarn on US 4 needles, 3.5 millimeter, and you only need 200 to 250 yards. Now, one of the really nice things about this also is it's triangular shaped, but Ashley includes 3 different versions. So I think I knit the same, like you have these different eyelets. So this one has 3 rows of eyelets. Does this also have 3? Yeah, so I knit the same version both times. But then there's also a version that has more eyelet rows, and then there is one that just has them going, it looks like just going up the center and then along the increases along the side. So those are my knitting plans. I know, guys, I know I'm not gonna get all this stuff knitted. Like, it's just not gonna happen, but these are the things that are floating around in my mind that I'm really wanting to start. I've been actually really super busy lately. I have hardly knitted at all. I've been working on my granny stripe shawl for the knit along that or the crochet along I'm doing. And I've talked about that in multiple episodes, but I'll show you my progress on that. I said that this pattern on my last vlog, I said my color choices was reminding me of like dyed Easter eggs or Easter or something. And a viewer had said it reminded her of sea glass. And I was like, oh yeah, I like that actually a lot better than Easter eggs. I love sea glass. So this is my sea glass granny stripe shawl. So thank you for that. But it is coming right along. I need to count how many double crochet clusters I have because I'm pretty sure I need to get up. She tells you to go until you have so many, and I feel like I'm probably getting close, but I'm not quite there yet because I'm judging by the depth of the shawl. But this has been part of the crochet along that we're doing to support Moan, and I'm going to point you to my last two episodes if you want to hear more about that. But I've just, in my free time, which has been extremely limited for multiple reasons, I've hardly been home. This is all I've had the mental capacity to do. I am still working on my smoke show, but it is a cabled pattern, and so it requires a little bit more mental energy. I'm also working on Brad's birthday socks. I did work on those for like a couple of hours the other day because I was away from home. I had the project with me, and that was what I had there to do, so I worked on it. But I'm looking forward to getting back into my knitting and just kind of assessing the yarns that I have, the warm weather yarns that I have, and the patterns that I want to make has really kind of ignited my creative desire to knit. It's not that it was gone, it's just that I've been, I would say the last month solid, it's been crazy, more crazy than usual, and I've hardly been home. And so I have not, and I always knit less in the warmer months because I'm outside more, I'm doing more things, I garden, so it's not like completely, it's just been busier lately. So I would love to hear what you guys have to offer me as far as advice or input or opinion on those questions that I had. I feel like I just kind of had so many things I was asking input on. But if you have an opinion, leave it in the comment section down below, because I am trying to work through what I want to invest my time in. And it's always fun to order more yarn, but I'd really like to use what I have already because I feel like that would be responsible. So thank you for joining me today. I do plan on posting a video about just general spring, summer knitting projects and patterns, like a roundup that would be more appealing to a larger audience, because today I specifically talked about just like my plans based upon the yarn I have. So I do plan on doing that episode. I probably should cast on my projects before I do that though, or I'm going to be even more confused as to what to knit. So do stay tuned in the future for that episode. That I did a little poll on my community tab on YouTube, and that was the one that scored highest as far as what kind of episode my viewers would like to see. So I do enjoy doing pattern roundups. That will be coming. But yeah, other than that, thank you so much for joining me today and letting me share about my knitting. And until next time, enjoy your knitting. Goodbye. Hi. Hi, Tilly. Somebody's sassy. Is somebody sassy? You gotta pay bills with Mama. Yeah, you wanna pay bills with Mama? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He's so cute. There you go. That's good. Give us some good footage for the Tilly cam. Give us some good footage for the Tilly cam.